I spent 3 years making exactly $32,000 a year, and let me tell you something that nobody wants to admit. Every single piece of financial advice you've been given is completely useless at this income level. Cut your daily coffee? That saves you $150 a year. Meanwhile, your bank is quietly extracting $329 annually in fees alone. Skip avocado toast? Great. You saved $20 while your credit card interest ate $800 last month. Here's the thing most financial gurus won't tell you. When rent consumes 50% of your income and groceries take another 15%, you're not broke because you lack discipline. You're broke because the entire financial system is designed to extract money from people exactly like you. Today, I'm exposing the 3 hidden money drains that keep $30K earners trapped and the system fixes that actually work. The banking fee trap that's bleeding you dry. Let's start with the most predatory trap of all, your bank account. The average American pays $329 per year in banking fees. But here's where it gets really sneaky. If you're making $30,000, you're paying disproportionately more than someone making $100,000. Why? Because every single fee structure is designed to punish low balances. Overdraft fees average $35 per incident. Monthly maintenance fees range from $10 to $25. Minimum balance penalties can hit you for another $12 monthly. ATM fees, wire transfer fees, paper statement fees, the list goes on. But here's the part that should make you question everything. The lower your balance, the more they charge you. Think about the absurdity of this arrangement. You have $200 in your account. You accidentally overdraft by $5 buying groceries, and they charge you $35. That's a 700% penalty on a $5 mistake. Meanwhile, someone with $50,000 in their account gets free everything. Free overdraft protection, free wire transfers, free financial advice. The system literally rewards wealth and punishes financial stress. I ran the numbers, and these fees represent 1 to 2% of your entire annual income when you're making $30K. That's not pocket change. That's rent money, that's grocery money. That's the difference between building wealth and staying broke. The solution isn't budgeting harder or keeping better track of your balance. The solution is getting out of this rigged system entirely. Digital banks like Ally, Capital One 360, and credit unions have eliminated most of these predatory fees. No monthly maintenance charges, no minimum balance requirements, overdraft fees under $10 or eliminated completely. But here's what nobody tells you about making the switch. Traditional banks make it deliberately difficult. They'll offer you fee forgiveness or relationship banking to keep you trapped. Don't fall for it. These are temporary fixes to a permanent problem. Move your money to an institution that doesn't profit from your financial struggles. The debt interest rate reality nobody talks about. Now let's talk about the wealth destruction machine nobody wants to address. Credit card interest rates. As of 2025, the average credit card charges over 23% interest. For someone making $30K with even modest debt, this creates a mathematical impossibility. Here's the brutal reality. If you have $3,000 in credit card debt and you're making minimum payments, you'll pay for over 30 years and spend more than $8,000 total. Let me repeat that. A $3,000 debt becomes an $8,000 expense. That's not a typo. The interest compounds faster than your payments can keep up. But here's where it gets even more insidious. The minimum payment structure is designed to keep you paying forever. On a $3,000 balance, your minimum payment might be $75. But $57 of that goes to interest and only $18 goes to principal. You're not paying off debt. You're renting money at an astronomical rate. The psychology behind this is devastating. You feel like you're being responsible by making minimum payments, but you're actually trapped in a system designed to extract maximum profit from your situation. Every month you pay, every month the balance barely moves, every month you lose hope that you'll ever be free. Traditional debt consolidation advice fails at this income level because it assumes you have extra money to throw at the problem. Balance transfer offers sound great until you realize they require excellent credit scores that most $30K earners don't have. Personal loans require income verification that often disqualifies lower earners. But here's what's changing the game in 2025: alternative credit scoring. Some fintech lenders now use your rent payments, utility bills, and banking history instead of just traditional credit scores. Companies are finally recognizing that paying rent on time for 2 years is a better indicator of financial responsibility than a credit score damaged by medical bills or student loans. The debt elimination strategy that actually works at this income level isn't the traditional avalanche or snowball method. It's what I call the hybrid micropayment system. You attack the highest interest debt first, but instead of waiting until you have extra money, you find that money through system optimization. Remember those banking fees we talked about? That $320 annually becomes $27 monthly toward your highest interest debt. Switch to a fintech bank, redirect those fees, and suddenly you're making real progress. Find one remote side hustle that brings in an extra $200 monthly, and now you're paying $227 monthly toward debt elimination instead of $75 minimum payments. The math changes completely. That same $3,000 debt gets paid off in 15 months instead of 30 years, and you save over $5,000 in interest. This isn't about earning more money to throw at the problem. This is about redirecting money that's already being extracted from you and putting it toward wealth building instead of. The key insight that changes everything is this: at a $30K income, every dollar you save from system optimization has triple the impact of every dollar you try to cut from expenses. You can only cut coffee once, but you can eliminate banking fees forever. The income optimization secret that changes everything. Here's the limitation nobody wants to admit about expense cutting. You can only cut so much before you hit survival needs. You can't cut rent below zero. You can't eliminate groceries. You can't skip utilities. But there's no ceiling on how much you can earn. The gig economy data for 2025 tells a story that completely changes the game. The average gig worker in America earns $69,000 annually. But here's the part most people miss. You don't need to quit your day job to access this income. 72% of gig workers combine gig work with their main employment. Let me break down the remote side hustles with the highest return on time invested. Bookkeeping pays $24 to $50 per hour and can be done entirely from home. Video editing ranges from $20 to $500 per hour, depending on your skill level. The beauty of these isn't just the hourly rate. It's that you can start with basic skills and scale up as you learn. But here's where most people approach this wrong. They think they need to become experts before they start earning. The reality is different. You can start earning within weeks by focusing on simple, high-demand tasks. Basic video editing for social media content, simple bookkeeping for small businesses, virtual assistants for overwhelmed entrepreneurs. The compound effect of even modest additional income is staggering when you're starting from $30. An extra $200 monthly properly invested becomes over $50,000 in 20 years. But it gets better than that. That extra income doesn't just compound financially, it compounds psychologically. When you're trapped at exactly $30K with no upward mobility, every financial emergency feels catastrophic. But when you have multiple income streams, even small ones, you develop what I call financial resilience. A $500 car repair isn't a crisis that forces you into debt. It's an inconvenience you handle with side income. Here's something most people don't know about employer partnerships. Many companies now offer fintech benefits that provide free financial tools. These partnerships can give you access to budgeting apps, investment platforms, and financial coaching that would normally cost hundreds annually. Ask your HR department what financial wellness benefits are available. you might be surprised. The immediate action steps are simpler than you think. This week, create profiles on Upwork and Fiverr. List one skill you already have, even if it's basic. Start with data entry, social media management, or simple graphic design. The goal isn't to become a full-time freelancer immediately. The goal is to prove to yourself that additional income is possible. Here's a crucial step most people skip. Opt out of pre-screened credit offers. Go to optoutprescreen.com or call 1-888-567-8688 to remove yourself from the lists that credit card companies use for those targeted mailings. This single action will dramatically reduce how much of your information gets shared between companies for marketing purposes. Instead of relying on third-party monitoring services that harvest your data, set up fraud alerts directly with the credit bureaus. A fraud alert requires lenders to verify your identity before opening new accounts, and it's free. You only need to place the alert with one bureau. They're required to notify the other two. This gives you real protection without feeding your information into the data broker ecosystem. Create a simple monthly routine that actually protects your privacy while keeping you informed about your credit. Check your bank's free FICO score once a month. Review one of your free annual credit reports every 4 months, and monitor your bank and credit card statements for unauthorized charges. This takes maybe 15 minutes per month and gives you better protection than any app that's mining your data for profit. If you want legitimate credit monitoring, get it through banking relationships where you're actually the customer, not the product. Many credit unions and community banks offer real credit monitoring services as part of their customer benefits. These institutions make money from your deposits and loan interest, not from selling your data to third parties. The monitoring they provide is designed to protect you, not to generate leads for other companies. The key difference is simple. When you're the actual customer paying for a service or banking relationship, the institution has an incentive to protect your interests. When you're using a free app, you're the product being sold, and the app's incentive is to extract maximum value from your data while giving you just enough perceived benefit to keep you engaged.